Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thank you so much for joining me today. So I don't want this to be as negative as the previous video that I did on Look Fantastic, but I thought, that's my sister, let me just... Sorry about that guys, that was just my sister calling me for a quick chat. Well, I say a quick chat, it was over an hour long, and we got talking about my Christmas present that she's buying me. She was always going to buy me the Natasha Denona mini retro palette, and I was going to get it from Look Fantastic originally. I've told her not to go there. So I've gone to Cult Beauty and they don't have that one in stock, unfortunately. So I will be getting the Natasha Denona mini star palette for Christmas instead. That looks just as beautiful, and then maybe in the new year I will order myself the mini retro palette because I do genuinely want that for my collection. So yeah, I'm ordering it from Cult Beauty. I'm paying for it because I want a lipstick from NYX Lingerie. It's quite a grey toned lipstick, a bit darker than the Jeffree Star Posh Spice that I always talk about, and it's in the shade, let me just tell you, there's a hair on my phone, gross. It's in the shade Scandalous and it looks really nice. And then obviously we've got the mini star palette there as well. So yeah, she's paying for the mini star palette, I'm paying for the lipstick. So I said it would be easier for me personally, because on Cult Beauty, if you don't spend £20, it's like that with most places, if you don't spend £20 then you have to pay delivery. And I was going to get 2 NYX Lingerie lipsticks, but I've decided just to stick to the Scandalous one, for now at least anyway, and see how I get on with that. It's not quite the tone of my Primark one, so I decided to get Scandalous, and then while I was at it I just said, you know, if you want me to, I can order the palette and you can just give me the money back. So she's going to be doing that, she'll be transferring me the money back for the palette. So yeah, that should come in 5 to 7 days. I thought it would be better coming to me instead of going straight to my sister, because if the palette comes damaged then I'll need to send it back to Cult Beauty, and I'm having fingers crossed that it won't come damaged, and if it does I'm hoping I'll get better customer service than Look Fantastic. So anyway, we was just about to talk about Look Fantastic, and I was just about to give you an update on what's happened. Right, so where we left off last time is where they said that they would give me a prepaid returns label, like they were doing me some kind of favour, and I just thought, well yeah, fair enough, send me the prepaid label, send me the delivery note and I'll send it back. Anyway, they basically said, can you hear me tummy? I understand this is frustrating, but we can provide a prepaid label, would you like us to arrange this? So I said yes, with a delivery note, how long for the refund? And then I just got that basic genuine message saying that the office hours are between 8 AM and 8 PM and 8:30 AM and 4:30 PM on weekends. And then they've said, I understand on this occasion I am happy to provide the prepaid label. Please return the goods to us using our 48-hour Royal Mail track service. Right, the thing is guys, I don't have a printer, and they sent me the prepaid label through my email address and expected me to print it out. Well, for a person that doesn't have a printer, what are you supposed to do? I can't get to the library and do it there because obviously, you know, they're closed at the moment, especially in the UK anyway, so I couldn't do that, and that would have meant me going out of my way. I shouldn't have to go out of my way to return this palette. It should be easily done. So they should have been able to send me the prepaid label, and they should have been able to send me the thing for the palette while I'm returning it, the returns label, but they couldn't do that. They said I can't do that. Well, one person said that they could do it, and then I spoke to another person and they said, well, we can't do that because of the current working situations, and I said which are, and they said well, we're working from home, but they should still have, in my opinion, access to everything that they've got in the office. Am I kind of misreading the situation? In my opinion, if you're working in customer service, you should still have access to sending returns labels out to customers that don't have access to do that for themselves. That's great customer service. What's terrible customer service is what they said to me. They said, well, if you don't have access to a printer, what you then need to do is go to your post office and pay for Royal Mail tracked 48 hour. So that would have been really expensive, and send it back to us that way. Well, why should I be out of pocket? It isn't my fault, you know, it came damaged. That isn't my fault. I've spoken to a lot of people, some of them have been in the US, and have said, well, all the pallet goes into is damages anyway, so why couldn't they just let you have that pallet and give you a refund? That's what great customer service would have been, and I agree with them. I did actually put a post up on my Instagram. If you've not seen it, it's over at beauty with Andrea _. So it's on there as well. If you're following me there, you would have already seen it, but yeah, I did put it on there. I tried not to kind of like be too mean about it, but I mean, at the end of the day, it did come in a bad situation, and spoke to one person and they said it's pretty bad how it's come. Isn't that an expensive palette? And yeah, Natasha Denona is probably my most expensive palette in my collection. I don't genuinely buy really expensive palettes. It's Natasha Denona is the most expensive. Then I've got that Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde, which I got in the sale. I think I paid around £42 for that, and that's £58 normally. So yeah, I didn't get the Natasha Denona one in the sale, so I was a little bit cheesed off. So anyway, they just told me what I needed to do. I told them I didn't have a printer, and I said, well, if I order a replacement, can you send it bubble wrap so it doesn't get damaged again? And then they've put, hi, if you can get the returns label and simply write the information from the label onto another piece of paper, you may use that information to stick on the return parcel as if it were a return label. Apologies for the inconvenience. Well, it really is an inconvenience. It's shocking how this company deals with their customers like they don't matter. It's not been resolved as far as I'm concerned. So, then I contacted them again on Sunday, so a lot of it was done on Saturday as soon as I received the pallet, and they asked me for the order number, full name, email, full billing address, etc. And I just said, well, I've already given that. Right, so they're saying if you don't have access to a printer, you will need to return the item and then send us the proof of postage so we can refund you. So they would have refunded me, but at the end of the day, it's still me going out of my way, paying for the tracked parcel to get back to look fantastic, and waiting for the refund, not only on the pallet, but also on what I paid out to actually send it back. And I just felt like that was too much of a hassle. We are unable to send anything out at the moment due to current working restrictions. Right, but they've already sent it out to me. That's the thing. They have already sent a pallet out to me. Obviously, they meant returns labels, but normally they would send return labels out. So they do have access to it, but they just didn't want to send it to me. So yeah, I mean, they're saying that they don't have access to it because of COVID, but yeah, I don't believe that. I think that they will have as much access to what they had while they're working in the actual company. So again, they're telling me what to do to send it back, telling me where to send it. And I just put, why should this be at my cost? The pallet has come broken, that's not my fault. I was promised you would send a prepaid label out. And I put, how do you mean? Yesterday I was asked if I wanted a replacement and now you're saying you can't even do that. What current working conditions? I knew what they meant, but I wanted them to answer. the way this palette has arrived is a disgrace, and I'm expected to pay for it to send back to you. This is terrible customer service. And then I sent them the pictures again, because this person that I spoke to hadn't seen the pictures, and then they put, that's how it arrived. If you haven't seen the previous pictures, this is unacceptable, and you won't even be accommodating to send a returns label, which by the way should have been in the parcel, and I was promised a prepaid label so it wouldn't be at my cost. And then they're saying, we are unable to send you a returns label in the post, Andrea, as we are working from home at present. We are asking that you pay for the postage and send us a picture of the receipt. We will then refund you the postage costs. This is the only other option if you do not have a printer for the prepaid label. We apologise for the inconvenience, but we are trying our best to get it resolved for you. I don't believe they were trying their best to get it resolved. And then I said to them, I got disconnected yet again for the second time. I don't believe this. I've been disconnected once again. I don't believe you are trying to resolve the issue for me. I understand you are working from home, but I was told that you could send a prepaid label out. I don't want to be paying to send this palette back. That's not for me to sort out. It's for you to sort out as a company. How is what you're asking me to do good customer service? Then they said, you have been sent a prepaid label via email. However, you have said you can't print this out, so this is the only option we have. Sorry. Very, very cold in my opinion. We are unable to post one to you at this moment. I understand this is frustrating for you, and I do apologise for that. They've not even spelt apologise right. And I said, I won't be sending this palette back at my cost. Can you offer me a discount at least for the broken shadows and the way the palette came to me? So basically they've said we can refund 20% of the cost, which is £12, because it's a £60 palette. Even I can do this basic math of the item for the damage that has occurred. Or alternatively, if you are unable to print the prepaid label, you can pay the return charge and send a copy of your receipt, and we can then refund the returns postage for you. So I don't believe at this point that they've given me that discount on the for the palette. I believe that really is more for the what I would have had to pay, you know, to send it back. I believe it would have been between £10 and £15. So I believe that they've calculated it, and they've just offered me £12 for that. So I thought, fair enough, I should be able to repress the eyeshadows. I'll just take the discount. I don't want to be going through all these problems to send it back. It's stressing me out, so I'll just keep it. Right, so I just put, hello, I was promised a refund on my Natasha Denona palette of 20%. I've just been informed. Oh, that's a little bit later on, we need to discuss that. And I just put, okay, thank you, I'll keep the palette and accept the refund of 20%. Please can you refund that to my card? Thank you for getting in touch to request a refund, they say. This will be refunded back to your account that you made the original purchase through, and usually takes 3 to 5 working days. If you have any problems with this refund, or should you have any further questions, then please do not hesitate to get in touch, and a member of our team will be happy to help. Boy, oh boy, did I have problems with that refund, guys. So like I said, basic math, percentages, you can work them out in your head. As far as I know, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but when I worked in customer service, the computer didn't do the percentages for us. We had to work them out. Anyway, I said, this was yesterday, I said, hello, I was promised a refund on my Natasha Denona palette of 20%. I've just been informed by PayPal that you're only processing £8. It might only be £4, guys, but I was promised 20%, not just over 10. So I wasn't happy about that. The palette was £60, that's not 20%, it should be 12, not 8. You're barely giving me more than 10% for a palette that came in terrible condition, and let's be honest, you can't resell it, which is fact, they can't. And then they said, hello, I won't even repeat that, thank you for contacting, look fantastic, transferring to an agent. And then somebody's come through, hey, you are through to such a body it, look fantastic. I am very sorry to hear that the full 20% has not been received. I have requested a refund for the additional £4 today. This will be returned to your account within 3 to 5 working days. I am sorry for any inconvenience caused. And then I just said to them, I was so fed up at this point, can I ask why I wasn't given the full 20% as promised? And then they put, there was a slight error when processing this. It must have been a human error. Why companies are taking people on who can't do basic math, I don't know. But yeah, and then she said, I do apologise. And I said, I've had nothing but trouble with Look Fantastic. I'm really not happy with the service your company has provided. Very unhappy customer. And she wrote, I completely understand your frustration. All your feedback will be passed over to the relevant team. I do apologise. I'd like to make an official complaint, I wrote. Is there an email I can send it to? If you confirm your complaint in full, we can escalate this. I didn't want to write it down for them to read and for them to pass on. I want to just, you know, make a complaint to the relevant team, and whoever it goes to in that complaint team will see it. So I said, well, don't you have a complaints email or postal address? And they've said, we do have a postal address that you can send this to, but we do not have an email address. If you confirm your complaint in full, this can be escalated and a member of the relations team will be in touch. Again, I didn't want to do that. And then I just said, I'd like the postal address for the complaints department. I think it's ridiculous that you don't have a complaints email address. Every customer service department I've ever dealt with has a complaints email address, which is genuinely true. Every call centre, customer service job I've ever worked in, we've got customer service and then we've got complaints. And I've actually worked in both departments, so I do know like kind of the correct channels to go down. So yeah, I was really unhappy with this. So they've given me the postal address. I will definitely be sending a letter of complaint to them. And then she's put, alternatively, if you do change your mind, we can escalate the complaint and a member of customer relations team will be in touch. We apologise sincerely for any inconvenience caused. Thank you for your patience. Well, I don't believe I've got any patience at this point for this particular company. I feel like everyone needs to know what kind of company it is. Not only for the fact that I've got a palette and it was broken, which that can happen, you know, let's be honest. Accidents happen, like I said in the first video, but it's the customer service side of it more that's really starting to grate on me. They're not really paying any attention to what the customer's needs are. And yeah, I'm just really pissed off with them, if I'm being completely honest. So I decided to keep the palette. The Natasha Denona palette is just in this drawer. I have to let's just pull it out. I have to, come on. Right, so I have to lay it flat in my little palette thing that I've got back there. Normally I would put it in these drawers here, down here. It would go like that, but I don't want the eyeshadows to crumble. I don't want the eyeshadows to crumble out. So it's still obviously in here. Right, so this palette originally was a present off my mum for Christmas. I can't give her this palette in this state and say that's my present off you for Christmas, mum. I've tried my best to repress the shadows and it doesn't look too bad. They are really pigmented and I'm really looking forward to using it. I am. Every time I look at it I do feel disappointed about the palette and about it's either, what's happened is either Look Fantastic, I've sent it out and basically the shadows have cracked, or it's been in Look Fantastic's warehouse and they've cracked, or like Natasha Denona, it's already been cracked as well. I don't know what's happened, but I mean at the end of the day Look Fantastic was selling the palette, so it's on them and they should have given me better customer service. So anyway, I got 20%, which is £12, which isn't much, considering like the little mini palettes are £22. Maybe I should have pushed for a little bit more, but I mean at the end of the day, in this palette there was only that one that was more broken than all the others. You can see I've really, you know, tried my best to get this one working. I need to clean the mirror up a little bit because that's still obviously a little bit grubby. And I have, if I tilt it up like that, you can see I have lost quite a bit of eyeshadow. This one here is a lot better than it was. So basically I put some rubbing alcohol on it, pressed it down with a small spoon and left it open for 24 hours, and yeah, it's as good as new. Look how pigmented it is. I love that shade as well. And I'll swatch the other one. So I don't feel like kind of hard done by that they were cracked or anything like that. I just feel hard done by the customer service. So obviously this is what it looks like. I guess, like, because it's letting me hold it up like that, I guess I could put it in with my other palettes. But I think just to keep it nice and secure, I think I'm just gonna put it like that in my little palette holder there where all my high-end ones are. So yeah, I did decide to keep it, so really that's on me. If anything else happens, it's on me, because I decided to keep it because it was just easier to keep it than to send it back to them. And I don't know if I would have had enough time. Like, they said that refunds take 5 to 7 days. What happens if it wouldn't have got to them, like, what happens if they didn't get it for like 2 weeks by the time they got to process it at their end? And then I would have wanted a new one, and they'd said that they couldn't send one out bubble wrapped to me. So I didn't really want to go down that route again, because it probably would happen again. And by the time the refund's gone into the account, if I went to Cult Beauty and got one off them, how do I know that it hasn't come from, how do I know that the same situation wouldn't happen again? The Natasha Denona eyeshadows in that particular palette feel really, really soft, and they don't feel like they're pressed completely in the palette. A couple of them feel loose. I'll tell you which ones they are. So this is why I'm thinking maybe it's Natasha Denona as well. I don't think it's completely on Look Fantastic. Right, so there's this one, Centre Eyelid. That feels kind of loose. But it's not loose, so it's gonna come out. That one as well. That one moves. Can you see? And I think that's it. I think, no, there's that one as well. That one as well. Pretty much all the shimmers in the palette that I've done it, so I just need to be extra careful. The reason why I decided to keep it, guys, is because I've got a lot of eyeshadow palettes in the collection, not a lot of cool toned / neutrals. I'm building that collection up now, but I just decided, like, how often is it that I go through an eyeshadow palette? In my lifetime, I've never been through an eyeshadow palette, so I decided to keep it for that reason. I still get to test out the formula and give you my thoughts on it. So instead of my mum buying it for me for Christmas, I decided to buy it myself, along with the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. And I did buy myself some Christmas presents like I do every single year. Last year I bought the Urban Decay Naked Honey in the Black Friday sale. This time I've bought Urban Decay Moon Dust eyeshadow palette. What else did I get? I bought the Benefit Cookie highlighter, and I'm sure there's another palette. So she actually got more for her money than what she would do if she'd just bought this Natasha Denona Glam palette. So yeah, she got like 3 or 4 presents, and I'm getting a few more presents off her as well. So yeah, she did get more for her money. So I do feel better in the fact that obviously I'm paying for the Glam palette, my mum's not. I wouldn't like to give her a broken palette and say, well, that's your Christmas present that you're getting me. I mean, I don't think she would mind if I shown her what it looked like and the fact that I've repressed it. I don't think she would mind. She would say, if you're happy with it, then I'm happy. I have spoken to quite a few people in the fact that their palettes have come fine to them. I know Nona's from My So-Called Life 1977 came fine to hers. Beauty Dreams by Naomi, she got a fine palette, and also Banning, Penning and Beyond. So that's 3 people that I've seen with immaculate And Beauty Dreams by Naomi said send it back, you know, you deserve to have a perfect palette, which, you know, if I could be bothered to do, I would do it. And if it came in worse condition than that, I would definitely be sending it back. If like all of the shadows had crumbled, it would definitely be going back, and I would, you know, I would definitely be getting a refund on it. So anyway, this is the second part. This is everything that's gone on. I haven't had any one from Look Fantastic or Natasha Denona comment on the post that I put on Instagram. I think I'll tag them in this video as well, see if we get any correspondence from them. I don't expect to, because they know the situation, but yeah, I'm going to send a letter of complaint off to Look Fantastic. So in another video, I won't do a dedicated video of it, but I will, if I get any response about that, I will tell you what they've said. So guys, I really do appreciate you watching. I hope this hasn't been too negative, but I just feel like you need to know how Look Fantastic send out their parcels. They don't bubble wrap things, and palettes, oh, don't want to break it even more, palettes like this should be bubble wrapped. And I also got the Too Faced one as well. Bear in mind the Too Faced one came absolutely fine, nothing broken in that, but that one should have been bubble wrapped as well. If Depop sellers can do it, why can't big companies like Look Fantastic do it? I'd be interested to see how Cult Beauty send out their parcels, as I've just ordered. Not a obviously big palette, and a very inexpensive one in comparison to this one, but I'm just wondering if they're gonna kind of make it more secure and bubble wrap it. So I'll let you know on that. I've asked my sister if it can come to my house and I can see the palette like before obviously it goes to her, and she said yeah. So then I'll have to take it to her house, which is only like a 10-15 minute walk from where I live, but I'd rather see it first and then know that it's okay, because obviously if it's not okay, I'll have to return that one, and hopefully I'll get better service from Cult Beauty. So guys, what is your worst customer service experience? I would love to know down in the comments below, because for sure I've had a few bad customer service. I had one with Space & K years ago. I'm going to link it because it was years ago. I wasn't overly confident in the video, so you'll have to bear that in mind. But yeah, I would love for you to go and check it out. So I had a bad experience there, but I've had other experiences like with Pat McGrath, but that's mainly about delivery. It's not about how a palette comes to you. I've never had a broken palette come to me like this. The only broken palette I've had is from Depop, and it was the Model's Own one, and I'm not keeping it, so it's not a great big issue. All I wanted to do with that palette is test it out for the channel, which I've already done. But yeah, other than that, I've never had a palette from a company come to me in the condition this one did. So yeah, I'd really like to know your thoughts on this. I'd like to know if you've had any terrible customer service, or you've had something that's come broken and what's happened, because I know that in the US, if you have a particular product that comes broken, normally the company will say, well, you just keep that and we can either send you a replacement out or you can have a refund, and then you get to choose what happens. And I don't know if that's the rest of the world, but I know it's definitely in the US. I watch a lot of videos like that, and they basically, there was one with a blusher, a really expensive blusher. I can't remember the name of the brand, but they are expensive. It came absolutely shattered. She got in contact with the company and they said just keep it, and we'll give you the refund back. So that's what she did, and she got to obviously keep the blusher, not in perfect condition or anything, but obviously keep the blusher and obviously got the refund. I think that's really good customer service, because at the end of the day they'll have a bin in companies. That's the only place they're going to put it, in a bin. And sorry about that, I was just finishing up when the external light went out, so I've just charged it up for a little bit longer. So I was just saying that Look Fantastic will have some kind of bin, some kind of system that they put broken palettes in, and then claim it back off the insurance. So what they could do is just what most companies do in the US, and I think they'll probably do it in other countries in Europe as well, is just give the customer, you know, whatever comes broken as kind of a because like I said, they can claim it back on the insurance. You know, I did get 20% off the palette, but I don't think that's enough in my own personal opinion. It is only £12 off a £60 palette, and the other eyeshadows in the palette are kind of loose in the pan. It's not just the 2 eyeshadows that came broken, but they are usable and they are really, really pigmented. These are the 2 that came broken here. They are really pigmented, so I don't actually mind, obviously, that I've got it and that I did get a little bit of discount. So with that discount, I've managed to get that NYX lipstick in Scandalous. I'm really looking forward to using it. It's really, really great on. So when it comes, I will do a little lip swatch on it. I'm really building my collection of NYX lingeries up now. I really like that formula, almost as much as I like the Too Faced Melted Mattes. The difference is the Too Faced Melted Mattes are £20 and the NYX lingerie ones are £7, so you can get like 2 or 3 lipsticks for the price that you would pay on the Too Faced Melted Matte ones. And there's kind of no difference in formula. They really both stay on quite a long time. I do prefer the Too Faced Melted Mattes, but I do like the lingerie ones as well. So yeah, that should be coming soon. I will also show you the palette that my sister's getting me. I'm sure she won't mind me showing you what it's come like, just so we can kind of do a comparison video between Cult Beauty and Look Fantastic. And then guys, this concludes the video. So thank you so much for watching. I know I've gone on a little bit in this video, but yeah, I did want to do an update on it. Please like, subscribe. I don't do these negative videos too often, but when I've got a point to get across, I like to do them, especially as it involves customer service, and Natasha Denona palettes are really, really popular. So yeah, I did want to do this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's not been too negative. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please click that subscribe button. I would love to have you as part of my little fam. Please share and also please comment, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.